we're going to visit for a few minutes about becoming a small business advisor with our nonprofit, Business Credit Literacy. You're going to learn a little bit more about who we are and what we're doing and how we can work together to improve the business financial literacy of our nation. So a little background on BCLI first. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, have been since September of 2016, and we assist entrepreneurs in accessing capital needed to start and grow a business. And I think you would agree that nearly every small business states that access to capital is key to their success, and it's often a barrier. We are a member of the Money Smart for Small Business Alliance, MSSB, that was founded by the FDIC and the United States Small Business Administration. So it gives us access to the award-winning content and curriculum to help small businesses with. Thirdly, we've received grant funding to assist small businesses in accessing capital to start and grow. And most important to you probably is we're in the process of building a national network of financial professionals who are able to use BCLI as a door opener, a lead generator, and a source of new revenue from small business owners. And we'll talk about that more in detail. This is a little bit of a busy slide, but it outlines why we think this relationship makes a lot of sense, why we should consider working together. First, there's over 28 million small businesses, and as I mentioned before, nearly all of them report that access to capital is their top concern. But beyond those, there's hundreds of thousands more forming every year. These are new DBAs and LLCs and C Corps and S Corps that are creating in your community. And I'll show you in a minute how we can actually provide you a list of those new companies. So number one, there's a big market. Secondly, business credit as a source of capital is a best kept secret. Very few small businesses understand it. We're out giving face-to-face workshops all the time. I just did one yesterday for a Chamber of Commerce. We have one coming up for the city of Atlanta here in less than a week with over 100 attendees. And consistently what we see is that small business owners do not understand what business credit is. It's a poorly understood and underutilized source of capital. It's based only on the EIN, so there's no personal guarantee, no use of the Social Security number or personal credit. It's proven, effective, and risk-free. Does not matter how long the business has been open, the industry, or location. So what I'm illustrating to you is that there's different types of capital that small businesses don't know about or don't have access to that they get really interested in, and this can be a great message that you can take out. Thirdly, we can together leverage the Small Business Certification and Funding Program. We were exclusively selected to put together to administer this Small Business Certification Program. It's again using that award-winning curriculum, and it positions the small business owners not only to have the injection of capital, but we also teach them how to manage it. This is something that is great for developing and maintaining referral source relationships, whether it be local banks, chambers, CPAs. They love this process, and they'll refer to you if you can help their clients become more loan ready. Small business owners leads are generated without any cost to you. By working together, there's the demand, and we've got the programming, and these small business owners not only need access to capital, but they may very well need other services, products, programs that you make available. A simple example is a lot of times when entrepreneurs are starting a small business, they're leaving employment, they're leaving their 401k behind. And if you're able to help them with an annuity or rollover, that could be something that is frequently needed in your community. But there's also multiple streams of revenue to you as a small business advisor, and we can get more into that offline. But if you just take these 5 major bullets here, there's a lot of reasons why we probably should be working together. We need you to have a local presence in your local community, and you might need us to have the programming that is wanted and needed by the clients and that is attractive to the referral sources. You might ask, well, why do most small businesses struggle with access to funding? And as I mentioned, I did a workshop yesterday at a chamber, and we did a just informal survey, and 100% of those small businesses that were in the room agreed access to capital is an issue. Let's pull a quote here from the Small Business Administration. It says, "It costs money to start a business. Funding your business is one of the first and most important financial choices most business owners make. How you choose to fund your business could affect your structure and how you run your business." So that's the level of expertise we have in helping them literally build a business around the funding. There are two reasons why there's typically a disconnect between lenders and borrowers. And understand, we are not a lender. The world doesn't need another lender. There's plenty of capital in the marketplace. But here are the two reasons why there's a disconnect. Number one, most small business owners don't know what type of capital is best for their circumstances. So we help them understand that. And then secondly, most small business owners don't meet the underwriting guidelines. So whatever capital they pursue, they get declined. Over 9 out of 10 applicants at local banks are declined because they don't meet the underwriting guidelines. That's what we do, is we help them match to the right type of capital and then get them prepared so they're approved. Because if you meet the underwriting guidelines, you get the funding. If you don't meet the underwriting guidelines, you get declined. And that's where most small businesses are without assistance. Now, this is a busy slide that I don't want to bog down too much, but what's important to understand is that there's different categories or tranches of capital based upon different needs, and many small businesses will use multiple tranches. So tranche one is seed capital. I can't say that every small business will qualify, but it's a factual statement that every small business will either qualify now or we can help them quickly get qualified. And that's an initial injection. The average has been $20,000. And I know that may not be enough to meet every small business's overall capital needs, but it can be that first step, that first injection, maybe just to get the business formed or to buy some new inventory or to do some new marketing. Tranche two is business credit, and that's where we're leveraging the EIN. It's more of a process than a specific event, but it works, always works. And then business loans, tranche three, these are the bigger deals. So here's where we're getting small businesses ready for SBA and or conventional loans from their local banks and credit unions. And there's not some mysterious money tree where the money comes from. The capital's already out there across the nation. We just need to simply find out, create a plan for the small business based upon their circumstances, and help them meet the underwriting criteria. We've had great success. We've raised over $200 million through that tranche three alone, the third tranche that we just discussed. Some recent success stories: $10,000 for a home inspection business, $125,000 to start a tattoo removal clinic, $410,000 for an SBA loan for a new restaurant, $1.3 million to start a new franchise, $1.7 million to start an event center. And looking just at this year, right as of right now, as of this recording, we've got over $30 million more in pending deals. Now, some will fund and some won't. That's why they're pending. But those range from as little as $5,000 up to an $8 million capital raise we're working on an indoor sports complex. So there are lots of small businesses in your community. A lot of them need capital, and we're able to work together to get them qualified and get them the money that they need. And that's a key solution to a key problem they have. So by you being that conduit, you're going to be able to be a resource for your other services. We're not talking about getting you distracted and teaching you how to be a loan broker or how to do all the mechanics of this. We're talking about just having this arrow in your quiver so you can deliver these types of results in your community. And by doing so, it's going to open up a lot of relationships from small businesses and referral sources. So kind of wrapping it up here, what's in it for you? Number one, exposure. So you can get in front of local business owners with a topic they care about. Number two, demand. We've talked about there's a huge need for small businesses wanting access to capital. You can be that resource in your community. Third, small business leads. Every month we can provide you small business leads, including the new LLCs, DBAs, and so forth that are formed, and there's no cost for that. Fourth, free lead generation model. If you'll follow our model, go out and teach these 1-hour workshops called Access to Capital workshops. It works great. We get hosts like chambers and banks and CPA firms and incubators and churches. They provide the space. They invite their sphere of influence. You spend no money. They take care of the space. They take care of the people. You come in and teach. Outsourcing available. Number 5. If you don't want to go set up the workshops for yourself, we can even do it for you, but it's not very difficult. Number 6, exclusivity. We have our community-based initiatives, which are defined as a geographic county. And if you're running that CBI, no one else can come in and teach workshops. It's your exclusive area. You are their small business resource in that area. And we do have some CBIs formed in some markets across the country, but there's lots of areas that don't have that exclusivity yet. And this is a great time for you to take that leadership role. Referrals. What a great way to start generating valuable and frequent referrals from banks, from CPAs, from churches, from chambers, because they see it too. They see small businesses that need access to capital. Number 8, multiple revenue streams. You get paid from the clients you develop, and that includes some points off the back end and others we can talk about. 9th, we guarantee every small business that follows our program at least $100,000 capital raise. That may not be all that they need, but that's a start. And we can do the same for you. If you'll go through the curriculum so you understand how it works, we can get you at least $100,000 of capital. And then lastly, and maybe most importantly, differentiation, how you can stand out from your competition in a competitive environment. So we covered a lot of information here in just a few minutes, but what we hope that you'll do is reach out to us if you think this might be a good fit, and we'll visit and we'll determine, answer your questions and determine if it is a good fit and how we might be able to best work together. Our address is here on the screen. Our phone number, 314-797-5150. Probably best to email so that way we can schedule a call. And probably Sean or Kathy from our group will reach out to you and schedule an interview and see if you might be a good fit to be a small business advisor with business credit literacy. Thank you for your time today, and we look forward to working with you. Bye-bye.